Good evening. On behalf of administration, faculty, and staff, welcome to our 2021 commencement ceremony. I am Melanie Bolden Morris, your principal, and am excited to say that I am a proud product of Glade Central Community High School class of 1989, under the great leadership of the late Dr. Effie C. Greer. This is a prestigious ceremony and honor our graduates by silencing your cell phones and electronic devices. Please refrain from using noisemakers and do not leave your seats to take pictures. A professional photographer is taking pictures during the ceremony. Please stand and join me in welcoming the class of 2021. for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Roel Rivera in English, the Jackins in Creole, and Selmo Juarez in Spanish, followed by Rosemary Joseph singing the national anthem.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mwen fè serment pou mwen rete fidèle ak drapeau États-Unis d'Amérique lan, ak République ki représente ya, yon seul nation en va bon Dieu, indivisible ak liberté pour tout le monde.
Yo prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa, una nación bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and broad stars through the perilous fight, oh, the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof to the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say the star-spangled banner yet waves. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Roel, the Jackins, Anselmo, and Rosemary. Audience, you may be seated at this time. To the class of 2021, parents, family members, and invited guests, I stand before you honored to serve you as your principal. I would like to thank the teachers and staff for doing their very best to service our students and creating a better opportunity for them. Dr. Harriet, will you please stand? Dr. Harriet is retiring after over 35 years in public education, of which 30 years have been dedicated to Glade Central Community High School. Ms. Betty Ward and Mr. Dennis Knabb is retiring after 25 plus years. Congratulations on a well-deserved retirement. You have given far more than what was required, and for that, we are grateful. Finally, parents, family members, and residents of this great community, thank you for being supportive. It is my honor to introduce our platform guests. Please stand as I call your name. Audience, please hold your applause until all names are called. Dr. Donald E. Fenoy, Superintendent. Ms. Marcia Andrews, District 6 Board Member. Ms. Angela Moore, Glades Region Superintendent. Dr. Monique McTeer, Glades Region Instructional Superintendent. Dr. Glenda Shedfield, Chief Academic Officer. Mr. Ed Tierney, Chief of Staff. Shawana Bernard, General Counsel. Dr. Howard, Principal of Crossroads Academy. Dr. Cheryl McKeever, Director of Assessments. Mrs. Kosha Jackson Reese, West Tech Assistant Principal. Mr. Joe Cowles, Mayor of South Bay. Mr. Steve Wilson, Mayor of Belle Glade. Ms. Mary O. Evans, retired Glade Central Principal and Tri-City members. I would also like to acknowledge other special dignitaries who have supported our students throughout the school years. Please stand to be acknowledged. Ms. Rabira Walker, Principal, Belle Glade Elementary. Chandra Dowers, Principal, Gladeview Elementary. Kim Thomason, Principal, Gove Elementary. Dr. Sandra Moreau, Principal, Pioneer Park Elementary. Mr. Bruce Hightower, Principal, Rosenwald Elementary. And the Dr. Carl Gibbons, Principal of Lakeshore Middle School. I would also like to recognize Glade Central School Advisory Council members and the city officials of South Bay and Belle Glade. Please stand and let's give them a round of applause. Thank you all for your support you have given over the years to our students. You have been an instrumental part of our educational. And now I welcome to the platform Miss Anijah Graham, future entrepreneur and recipient of the Boys and Girls Club Scholarship. Anaya will be attending the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, majoring in political science. As a Rattler, it is my pleasure to introduce this future Rattler as she introduced a fellow Rattler, Dr. Donald E. Fenoy.
Dr. Donald E. Fenoy II is the 26th Superintendent of the A-rated school district of Palm Beach County. The district is the 10th largest in the country and has an enrollment of nearly 190,000 students. Dr. Fenoy is very proud of the 94.4% graduation rate at district-operated schools. The district is the largest employer in Palm Beach County with nearly 23,000 employees and an annual budget of $3.8 billion. Prior to his appointment as Superintendent of Schools in March 2018, Dr. Fenoy served as the district's Chief Operating Officer for 2 years. Before coming to Palm Beach County, Dr. Fenoy served as the Senior Area Superintendent of the South Learning Community for the Fulton County School District, where he was responsible for the guidance and improvement efforts of 28 schools. In a prior position as a principal in Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools, his high school received the National School Change Award. This honor is presented annually to 6 schools in the United States that have demonstrated the strongest academic turnaround in a 2-year period. He is a member of the 2015-2016 class of Bride Academy, Leadership Florida Executive Class 10, and he is a future chief with the Chiefs for Change program. Dr. Fenoy graduated from Florida A&M University with a degree in elementary education. He went on to earn a master's degree in educational leadership, as well as a doctorate degree in educational leadership and administration from the University of Central Florida. Dr. Fenoy and his wife Kendra are the proud parents of 2 beautiful children. Glade Central, family and friends, please welcome our 26th Superintendent of Schools for the School District of Palm Beach County to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, our Superintendent, Dr. Donald E. Fenoy II.
Let me go ahead and move this mic up just a little bit. So good afternoon to the class of 2021. Oh, no. Today you guys woke up alive and you're graduating today. So let's try that again. Good afternoon to the class of 2021. So class of 2021, what a ride it has been. There are many variations of the phrase, history repeats itself, such as those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. I am fairly certain none of us would like to repeat the last 15 months, but I know one thing, none of us will ever forget them. Remember what it took for you to be here today, perseverance. The past 15 months serves as a testament to the human spirit, to your grit, to your resolve, to your resilience, to succeed in life despite the pandemic-born challenges. Through absolutely no fault of your own, your senior year was not what you expected. While many seniors returned to in-person campus instruction, others stayed home for social distancing instruction. Daily social interactions were limited. Our traditional rites of passage, such as grad bash and prom, that many of us had the fortune of having. Your home life may have been upended by family tragedy, loss of employment, or even isolation. Thankfully, the dark grip of the pandemic is loosening, and I am very optimistic about the future, about your future, and the future of our great country as you enter college, the workforce, or as my father did for 22 years, the United States military. Having experienced all of this, you are emerging stronger and more prepared to succeed in life and career. I encourage you to fully embrace everything life has ahead of you. When times are tough, draw on that inner strength that brought you here today. Persevere, maintain your positive attitude, but most importantly, you must keep moving forward. Graduates, the whole world has been reset, and your generation has an opportunity to set the next course. Lean into the next phase of your life. Be mindful and present when it is all too easy and all too convenient to retreat into your very own isolation. Make the choice, make the decision to do the work. Choose a path that challenges you, interests you, and makes you happier, but ultimately healthier. I promise you exceptional possibilities await. Empathize with your neighbors. Use your voice to engage in courageous conversations. Have an awareness of what you take in, but more importantly, about what you put out. Take leaps of courage towards goals and back away from stagnant conditions that prevent you from the full expression and realization of what you have envisioned for yourself. The balance in life is knowing when to lean, but also when to leap. Be proud of who you are and where you come from. There are 140 different countries represented in our district. Every culture, every varied viewpoint, every unique experience enriches us. You are the sum of all the great things that you have done, that you are doing, and that you will do. Walk with your head held high and your shoulders back. To your principal, to your teachers, to the entire faculty at your school, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, these children would not be here today. Parents and guardians, you were and will always be your child's first and most influential teacher and strongest advocate. I'm sure you still remember when you sent these beautiful graduates off to kindergarten. People told you not to blink. Inevitably, we all blink, and then our children are grown. Try as I might, I'm really trying hard not to blink. My youngest child, my daughter, who happens to be my favorite child, will be starting kindergarten in August. She's already arguing with me, her father, who just happens to be the superintendent of the 10th largest school district in the country, about what the dress code should be for kindergarten, telling me that her little tutus and striped leggings and different color Converse is what a dress code is for kindergarten, and the principal has no idea what a good dress code is. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of detentions in the Fenoy home over the next 12, 13 years. But despite all of the fussing, laughing, and loving that goes into parenting, there is no greater honor than being a parent. While my daughter's graduation date isn't until 2034, I know that, like you, I will blink, and many of the same emotions that you are feeling today, I will also feel. Parents, this year has also been an emotional roller coaster for you. Still, you put the needs of your child first. You encourage them to stay on course, promising that the investment in themselves would pay off with great dividends, and it has, because they are here tonight. So today we celebrate you. Parents, faculty, and most importantly, our esteemed graduates, Give yourselves a well-deserved pat on the back because this milestone was a group effort. Graduates, there are some things you're going to lose as you get older, like your beautiful hair, your lovely track physique. I used to run track. But listen to me, the one thing they can never take away from you is your diploma. Let me tell y'all something. We didn't give you your diploma, you earned it, so treasure it. Today you are graduating, but you will always be a student of life. Seize every life lesson. Your generation holds the future in your most capable hands. Continue to question, continue to explore, continue to innovate. Whether your next path is college, career, the honor of serving in the United States military as my father did, traveling, or whatever inspires you. Class of 2021, on behalf of the School District of Palm Beach County and our illustrious school board, I offer my heartfelt congratulations, and I say thank you for the honor of allowing us to educate you, but more importantly, to grow with you. So now, take your rightful place in society. When you get a job, pay some of your mother's bills. Continue to persevere and lead us all into the future. Congratulations to the illustrious class of 2021.
Thank you, Dr. Fenoy and Anijah Graham. The salutatorian for the class of 2021 is Ms. Remaya Johnson. Remaya will graduate with a Val-Sal cumulative weighted GPA of a 4.36. Remaya will be attending the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, where she will be majoring in nursing. Please welcome to the stage the class of 2021 salutatorian, Ms. Remaya Johnson.
Good evening. Thank you, Mrs. Bolden-Morris, for that introduction. First and foremost, I want to thank my Heavenly Father for giving me this day. I am glad for it, and I am rejoicing in it. Secondly, I would like to thank my classmates, my teachers, and other staff who have poured into my life for the past 4 years. Most importantly, I thank my parents, my grandmother, and my aunt. They were always supportive, never judgmental, and on occasion when I may have fallen and lost my way, they quickly picked me up, swiftly kicked my butt, and unequivocally commanded me to get on with it. And so it is indeed an honor to stand before you today to deliver this salutatorian address. Classmates, I would like to speak to you today about where we are, where we go from here, and why we have to go. One thing we can all agree on is that this has been a turbulent year, a tempestuous year, an unprecedented year, a year like no other. However, in spite of all these woes, the class of 2021 responded with creativity, flexibility, positivity, and dignity. Since March 2020, the world at large has been bombarded by crisis after crisis. Some have been solved, others remain unsolvable. For example, in the United States only, over 500,000 people died from COVID-19. Our economy is broken. Distant learning, domestic violence, dating violence, child abuse, sex trafficking, racial and social inequality, the rise of police brutality, political scandals, the impeachment of the 45th president, attacks on the White House, even attacks on churches, our most sacred institutions, have catapulted almost out of control. In fact, we are now at a point where we are no longer able to define what is normal socially, psychologically, or emotionally. We hear, stay home, be safe, keep your distance, don't hug, don't touch. These are not our normal behaviors. We have had to adjust to a new reality. I once dreamt of becoming the President of the United States, but to tell you the truth, I have changed my mind. I bet President Biden hasn't slept a night since moving into that White House. But despite all of the difficulties and uncertainty of this year, I am confident better days are ahead of us. I am confident that the best is yet to come. We will not allow the past to distract, to color, to destroy our hope of a fruitful present and an abundant future. We will empower ourselves with dynamic tools of intervention and a progressive plan of action. We will not attempt to rebuild this world, but we will use our influence of power to enact laws for changes. My classmates, we must work as a team to enhance our racial and social inequality, to better the economy and quality of education, to heal our political divisions, to improve the healthcare disparities and the quality of life. Our present situation seems daunting, but we can make an impact by reimagining the systems and relationships that shape our world. We can reach out to involve everyone, even those marginalized individuals who are typically underrepresented in the decision-making processes and community projects, thus integrating this engagement into the governance of society. I am not expecting us to wake up tomorrow and have everything figured out. But the truth is, these problems belong to our generation, and it is going to be left up to us to solve them. At this present time, we cannot sit immobilized, waiting out the race of life. In a few days, most of us will be leaving home for the first time, entering the real world. We must confront our issues by defining them as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. If we can overcome the above, we will climb new heights and overcome challenges that were seen as insurmountable. And we must include faith and love, which will equip us to move mountains. When we unite our hearts and voices, what a time. The best has come. My fellow classmates, for years, we have been surrounded with people responsible for showing us what is right and what is wrong. In the months ahead, we will see fewer of these people, and it will be up to us to make decisions. We must decide now on the values that we will embrace and sustain. But as for me, my motto will be, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. The firework begins today. Each diploma is a lighted match, and each of us is a fuse. Be safe, be healthy, be happy, but most of all, keep the faith and hope alive in your soul. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramaya, for your words. We are so proud of you. And now we will hear from Ayani Phillips, who will provide words of encouragement.
"12 years later, we sit together in alphabetical order, awaiting the very moment to hear, congratulations, class of 2021. Many of you may think that this is the end of your story, while others may think that they have completed the biggest accomplishment of their lives. I'm here to let you know that although the chapter may feel like the end, it is only the very beginning. Just like high school, life will throw you into multiple lessons that you will have to solve and pass to maneuver through. There will be moments of sorrow, uncertainty, highs and lows on this new journey. This new journey will force you to become closer to God. It will mold you into the person we will see 5 years from now at a future class reunion. But most importantly, this journey will show you the gift of life, family, and friends, all things that we are grateful to have. All of you know me, and if it was up to me, I would sit here and give you a whole speech as if I'm the counselor and you're the patient, because we all know I'm long-winded just like my mama. If you don't take away anything else I've said tonight, Take away this one thing and hold on to it. Although none of the math equations we've learned our whole 4 years will come in handy because they're not, always remember this one equation. P plus G equals John 10:10. The P stands for your problem or situation that life throws at you. The G stands for God himself, who makes the impossible possible. With this equation, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that you won't be able to get through. I encourage you tonight that as we step into this new chapter, you remember to subtract yourselves from the equation and input God into the equation. For this will grant you to have life and that more abundantly. Man is going to let you down every time, but the man who sits up high and looks down low will never leave or forsake you. He will guide you on this journey if you let him. Allow him to fight your battles because the battle isn't yours to fight. I encourage you to be bold and daring. I encourage you to think positively and be positive. I encourage you to follow your dreams. But most of all, I encourage you to be your true, authentic self. Class of 2021, I am so thankful to be a part of your class. I've met some of the most amazing people in this class. Ones whose friendships mean the world to me, and others who I love dearly. I am so proud of us, and this moment isn't a goodbye, but a see you later. Go be great and live life, and that more abundantly. Vice President, signing out.
Let's welcome to the stage the valedictorian for the class of 2021, Miss Jamila Epps. Jamila will be graduating with a cumulative weighted GPA of a 5.02. Jamila will be attending Florida Atlantic University, where she will be studying neuroscience among many other interests. Please welcome the class of 2021 valedictorian, Ms. Jamila Epps.
What a great evening it is to be surrounded by dedicated family and friends, community and board members, faculty and staff, administrators, and everyone in between. No matter where you stand, who you are, or where you come from, I am grateful for your presence here today and onward. And I appreciate the time taken out of your lives to see those you care for receive something symbolic of hard work, struggle, and dedication in all of its forms. I have to admit that for the first time a Glade Center graduation is being held on the fairgrounds, one would expect it to come with more fanfare and less confusion. Despite this, I'm sure that we all needed a change of scenery, especially during times like these. Our time here was remarkably unusual. Our class came in with chaos and forced chaos, and will now leave with chaos that for once was not of our own accord. I'd say it was similar to a minefield. Leaving physically and mentally intact is more of a surprise than getting across the field at all. I will spare the gritty details of the unbelievable events that have transpired during our time, but if you know, you know. With that being said, a symbolic toast to those not here with us tonight, who would have otherwise been here to witness this memorable event had it not been for the pandemic and violence still present in our society. May your journeys be more than what society feels is your only or best option. Throughout my life, I have suffered loss in all forms, and I've truly understood the pain that comes with the feeling of having no one in your corner, and with the cost of almost losing my life. I've experienced the pressure and strife that comes with being misunderstood and shunned for who I am. Despite these tribulations, I stand here today as your de facto valedictorian and can say that our futures are most promising if you gather the courage to take the steps necessary to reach the peaks of where you wish to be, no matter the incline. Getting to this stage has taken many people who, whether or not they know it, have assisted me. I sincerely thank my parents, Mr. Sanchez, Mrs. DeCilio, Mr. Isbitsky, Mrs. Myers, Ms. Jenkins, Mrs. Boyce, Mr. Cofield, and Mr. Tomaraz for going above and beyond to ensure my success and offer me the support that I needed in order to be here. Last but not least, I want to thank Julia, Jamar, Onyx, and Ariel. Thank you all for making the last few years of my life special. Tonight, as we gather here at the fairgrounds, we should all look forward to a beginning of new changes for our communities, our futures, and for the climate of this country. We're better prepared for the worst, and we're able to truly feel the gravity of the little moments in life that we often overlook. You know that your path is your choice. One may have the goal of making sure that we are college-bound, but always know that you're not bound to college in any way. There's no set date or path for the success that you make. I call upon you all tonight to determine what it is that you want for yourselves. Although it may not be the class of 2020, let it be said that you don't need 2020 vision to see a future for yourself. And clearly, the class of 2020 could have never seen this coming by a long shot. So with that being said, congratulations to the class of 2021. Let's get it done for the 561.
Thank you, Jamila. I'm looking forward to your bright future. In 2014, Anquan Bowden and his wife, Dion, invested $1 million in their personal money to demonstrate their commitment to underserved students. Over the past 7 years, a senior has been awarded a $10,000 scholarship. Tonight, they will once again present this scholarship to a senior in the class of 2021. Please welcome Mr. Anquan Bowden Jr. and his mother, Rada alumni, class of 2000, Mrs. Dion Bowden.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. I'd like to introduce to you the president of the Peer Advisory Board, Anquan Bowden, who will present this year's recipient.
I'm honored to announce the recipient of the Anquan and Dion Bowden Scholarship Award, Ayani Phillips. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Bowden, for your continued support of our students. What a blessing it is to be here in front of you all. If I could sum up this year in a few words, I would quote Kodak Black's famous lines. Life ain't tied with the bow, but it's still a gift though. While the year of 2021 could be remembered by the grief through the losses from COVID, extreme spikes in unemployment, and national unrest, I invite you all to remember your strength and perseverance through these unprecedented times. This year challenged the character of each of us, from the students to the teachers to administrators, including parents and guardians. It questioned our ability to overcome. It questioned our innermost being. Did we glisten like diamonds under pressure, or did we burst like pipes? Standing firmly in front of you today, I can say that these Raiders right here don't fold. We roll with the punches like Ali. We bounce back like Rocky. And like Meg Thee Stallion said, look at how y'all bodied that, ate it up, and gave it back. You took every obstacle with courage and grace. You learned from the hardships and you grew from them. There were so many storms that could have broken your foundation, that could have discouraged you from finishing your masterpiece. But your relentless efforts proved to be greater than your circumstances. You exemplified pure craftsmanship. You made beauty from ashes. You made a rose grow from concrete. This pandemic taught us that storms will come when you least expect it, but trouble don't last always. You have learned to endure loss, pain,
loneliness, and isolation. Despite all, you rose. You fed your faith in the presence of fear. That's what we do in the muck. We keep our heads held high, chest up, shoulders back, put one foot in front of the other, and keep it moving. I stand before you today wishing I could say wholeheartedly that all your problems will disappear, that you will no more have any heartaches or disappointments, but I can't. At every new level, there's a new devil. So the storms of life will continue to come. The winds of the storm at time will bring you to your knees. But at that point, don't quit. Keep on fighting, for within every storm, there's a rainbow. Your breakthrough is waiting for you. You will realize that the pain and the suffering was temporary. Every day you wake up, you have an opportunity to fix your situation, to make it better. As you move forward, a new chapter is about to be written. I want you to think about, what is your why in life? When you identify your why, you will find yourself simultaneously working on your how. Your why is what you're grinding so hard for. Examples of your why could be looking your mother into her eyes, wanting to give her a better lifestyle. Providing social and economic opportunities for family members. To be the first one in your family to receive a college degree. And most of all, what is important to me, creating generational wealth so that your children and grandchildren would not have to suffer as much. Your why will give you strength you need to overcome any storm in your life. Your why will define you and set you apart from the pack. So I encourage all of you, when you leave here today, take a serious look at yourself in the mirror. I want you to really see yourself for who you are. I want you to see all the possibilities of what you could be. I want you to believe in yourself and know that all things are possible with hard work and effort. Don't you let no one define who you are, for I see greatness in all of you. To the men of this great class, as you focus on your why, I would like to charge you with leading your families as you were created to do. Walk in faith, speak in truth, and love wholeheartedly. For these are just a few ingredients of keeping your family together. And to the beautiful young women of this great class, let your light so shine before men that your good works will be contagious within your community, which in turn will promote and encourage self-empowerment, the building blocks of a better community. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. No one is like you. Continue to be bold, and most of all, believe that you belong. I have faith that the men and women of this great class of 2021 will do great things. I am looking forward to hearing about the next chapter in your book of life. I'm honored to have been a part of your growth. I love you, and I am so proud of your accomplishments. And always remember, there is strength in our legacy. Thank you. Announcing our graduates, Mrs. Rachel Lukes, Math Resource Teacher.
Yeah. And then usually if I log jam them, I just push them back, you know.
Okay, that should be on this heads up.
Oh, I guess I do have a helper.
Right here. Are you handing them on?
Yeah.
Okay, come closer, please.
Jamila Epps, valedictorian. Ramaya Johnson, salutatorian. Gerardo Albor. Kimberly Garcia. Victoria Guerra. Jasmine Lopez. Carla Rubio Allende. Anai Tamia Fuller. Ernisha Cox. Jacqueline Juarez. Steve Huerta. Aliana Benami. DeJackins Jocelyn. Skylar Rowley. Zariah Bethay. Itzel Diaz. Chris Marie Lopez. Talasia Henry. Maya Carey. Rebecca Silverain. Roseme Joseph. Angel Agron. Melcher Alcala. Emily Andrade. Vanessa Annalise. Gabriela Artiaguana. Ayani Phillips. Anijah Graham. Reginald Baldwin. Carla Benitez. Dominique Benjamin. Louis Burley. Ariel Betancourt. Jennifer Blanc. Jodeline Blanc. Micaiah Blunson. Davion Bowles. Dorian Bowles. Shavar Brand. Anselmo Juarez. Roel Rivera II. Jakari Brown. Jalen Brown. Janiyah Brown. Lizette Carrizales. Elijah Burns. Deja Bryant. Eddie Brown. Wayne Cameron. Yesenia Carmenate. Fernando Carrillo. Jeremiah Brown. Judith Celestin. Keyshawn Shannon. Nadeli Cervantes. Roslyn Cervantes. Spencer Caesar. Esmeralda Cordero. Albert Davis. Dakota Davis. Nayeli Delacruz. Chidler DeJuste. Alyssa Downing. Kalina Dorsey. Shania Dowers. Mariah Everett. Bethy Examon. David Fertile. Ariana Flowers. Najee Foster. Edwin Major. Eric Garcia. Andre Bryant. Keontae Fowler. Kevontae Fowler. Janiqua Gray. Darnisha Gully. Neftali Gustin. Brianna Gutierrez. Tanisha Harvey. Lisandro Herrera. Victoria Hodges. Elijah Holland. Jacravelin Hooker. Diego Ibarra. Stanaya Inman. Asia Interval. Brandy Iverson. Courtney James. Jeffrey Jean. Rude Jean. Ronington Jean. Diana Jeroboam. Adlisha Johnson. Mykeria Johnson. Bobby Jones. Kenneth Jones Jr. Jacob Camacho. Carlos Osborne. Damian Kearse Jr. Keandre Kelly. Jacob Kite. Willie Lawrence.
Radesny Liel. Jakaya Lewis. Raul Lopez. Andrew Lott. Jasmine Lumpkins. Ajay Grantlin. Ivan Martinez. Darielis Martinez Abreu. Jyron McLean. Brianna McLeish. Diamond Meadows. Santina Mimi. Layla Hernandez. Tyrone Miles. Zetali Miranda. Miguel Mojica. Brittany Richardson. Jansen Noel. Henry Orlis. Princhester Cassius. Clifford Parrison. Willie Parrish. Woosman Pasteur. Warnkyla Wells. Roland Pierre Jr. Javian Porter. Roquan Porter. He doesn't have it. Okay, we're good. I know it. Ezell Lattimore. Adriana Princelis. Estrelita Quintanilla. Tia Quintanilla. Tijuana Quintanilla. Dermel Ray. Keshad Ray. Stevens Raymond. Ronell Reed. Frankie Riaz. Nairobi Monfeston. Omarion Royce. Paola Rivera. Rolanda Monroe. Ashanti Rodriguez. Saul Rodriguez. Oswaldo Roman. Xavier Romero. Jasmine Romero. Hannah Rivera. Angelica Rubio. Derek Sadler. DeAndre Scott. Mac Williams. Javante Scott. David Sherrod. Marvin Simelin. Tadeja Sims. LaShawn Smith. Imani Spencer. Tavares Solomon. Jamari Stewart. Antavius Tarver. Jamal Tarver. Aaliyah Thornton. Ladeni Villarreal. Dermaya Ray. Alasia Tensley. Jalouis Thomas. Kayliani Toledo. Wudarli Toto. Cheyenne Washington. Rainique Weston. Melvin Weston. Jocelyn Andre. Daniel Camejo. We would also like to acknowledge the seniors that are not participating tonight. They are Haneen Abu Mazen, Delroy Brock, Roxana Espinoza, Isaias Moreno, Jose Garcia, Jonathan Spurvey, Angelica Tello, Lazarus Venegas, and Tavion Warren.
Class of 2021 and audience, please stand as we sing the alma mater led by Kevin Wright. The alma mater is located in the back of your program.
Stand and let your voices ring, and let your banner fly. Praise is Glade Central High. May we always honor thee in everything we do, as ever in our memories we pledge our love to you.
Graduates, remain standing. Graduates, remain standing. Dr. Fenoy, the graduates before you have met the requirements by the state of Florida and the school district of Palm Beach County. Graduates, you may move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2021 graduates of Glade Central Community High. Parents, guests, please adhere to the CDC guidelines and exit the building. Thank you and good night.